Welcome back. I'm Calvin, aka Statue Fanatic, here with a really exciting review today. Today we're going to take a look at another Legends in 3D bust by Diamond Select Toys. This is of the legendary Bruce Lee. Yes, Bruce Lee. So I'm really happy to see that Diamond Select and maybe a couple other companies are starting to produce some more figures of Bruce Lee. I think is well overdue. And I personally remember going to the theater in the late 70s to see Enter the Dragon. That was an awesome experience for me. Enter the Dragon was released in 1973, which is ironically the same year that the legendary Bruce Lee died. And between 1973 and the time that I got to see this movie, leading into the early 80s, Bruce Lee had become a cultural icon. I mean, up until then, he'd done 60 plus movies before he died, and he was only 31 years old when he died. So I'm really happy to see one of my childhood superstars come to life. So let's take a look at the box, and then we'll get it out of the box and see how well this holds up to the actual images of Bruce Lee. So here you have the box here, and it's in their classic Legends in 3D box with the glossy box, the black finish and everything here, and you have a really cool portrait of Bruce Lee on the front here, and then of course all of the logos. Legends in 3D half-scale bust is what this is, and then on the back of it, it shows that this is celebrating Bruce Lee's 80th anniversary. That's right, the legendary actor would have been 80 years old. And that does it for the box. So let's get this thing out of the box and see what it looks like. And of course, in all of their Legends in 3D boxes, Diamond Select includes a really cool certificate of authenticity. You can see this one here. Pretty cool stuff. Bruce Lee, sculpted by none other than Rocco Tartamaglia. I really like this artist's work. And then it says that it was designed by Joe Allard. Put that aside. Here you have Bruce Lee, Legends in 3D bust by Diamond Select Toys, out of the box. And looking at this, I tell you right off the bat, I'm happy with it. I'm going to get some better pictures than what you may be seeing right here next to me, because it's hard to balance the light on me and on the statue, because you may be seeing that the flesh tones are a little bit overblown. So I have a second camera actually filming Bruce Lee in a different light setting so that you can see better what the actual colors look like. But we'll do it once around here so that you can get a better look at the overall statue before we actually start talking about it. So as I turn this guy around, you can see it is the very classic Legends in 3D bust. They've done so many of these already, so you can see it's in the same format as the other statues. Now, again, the base reminiscent of the character that's being depicted. You have this column here with the tail of a dragon that's circling around the column. And then at the very bottom, you have the paint here that looks sort of like something wood, I guess, coming out of the podium. And then you have this rustic orange color that's painted here, and the dragon itself is painted gold on top of it. And looking close up, it may look like there's a bunch of the paint flaws. I think this is intentional, that you've got paint, the color of the orange paint that's somewhat infused into on top of the gold of the dragon. I think that's intentional. And so as we go up to Bruce Lee himself, I must say I think this is a really cool representation of Bruce Lee. I think it looks like Bruce Lee. Of course, you're not at $134 going to get a silicone medical grade bust that you would see with Queen Studio. But in terms of a half-scale bust, this is $134. A Bruce Lee fan, I really think Bruce Lee fans would be happy with this. This is really awesome. As we turn around here, you can see there's sculpting and detailing in his hair, which looks really awesome. Now, I am impressed with the eyes. The eyes look really cool. He has brown eyes. You can see the dark pupils inside of his eyes. As far as his eyebrows and things like that, that looks like it's sculpted really nicely. I really like this. Bruce Lee was 31 years old when he died, and this looks like a 31-year-old actor right here. So I think this looks really awesome. You can see some of the sculpting The way that his hair is over his ears and slightly behind his ears, that looks really awesome as well. Eyebrows, everything, it looks really, really good. Now, when it comes to the paint application, I hope that the pictures that I'm showing now, I tried to adjust the camera so that you can see it better as opposed to what you might be seeing right here when you're looking at me and the image together. It's overblown, but when I adjusted the lighting to be able to see just the image from a second camera, you can see that the paint and the flesh tones on this look really, really awesome. And I think that's what happens sometimes when you get a great sculpt and it goes to the factory and then the paint just kind of ruins it. Not in this case. His cold dark black hair, the way that's painted, and my God, I really, really, really like the sculpting and detailing in his hair. Looked like he just left his barber. So that looks really awesome. As we look at some of the sculpting, and I hope you can see that on the camera as well because I can't tell until I rewatch this, you can see on his chest, you can see where the structure of his chest, like the collarbone and things like that, you can see that type of definition where his body actually is sculpted. You can see the muscle strands from his pectoral area, which is really awesome. And the way that there's texturing to his skin to kind of give you a flesh tone. And what I really like too is the subtle shading throughout the flesh tone to give shading and give depth as you look at it from different angles. It looks really nice. This is so far one of the favorite Legends in 3D busts that I've actually received. And I think this may be my 7th or 8th Legends in 3D bust, and I'm just all in when it comes to these because I've collected pretty much all of them to date, and there's so many cool ones that are coming out, and I can't wait to show you those. I also have a actual statue from Diamond Select of Bruce Lee as well that's coming out, and I hope it comes out as well as this. But I personally am very, very happy with this. You guys let me know what you think. I have been a fan of Bruce Lee growing up. He has been a pop cultural icon of mine growing up. So many toys that I've had over the years, so many t-shirts, things like that. So very happy to have, I think this is the only Bruce Lee figure or statue I have in my collection. So I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me for about 5, 6, 7 minutes or so and checking out this really cool statue. Remember to always collect what you like and not the hype. Until next time, my friends, peace.